Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Channel Claire. Hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy, crazy world. Now, I wanted to get on here and talk about this lawsuit dismissal with Candiace Dillard Bassett and Michael Darby, okay? Because waste of time, waste of money. We all really kind of knew what went down anyway. So I'm quite pleased to know that this has been dismissed. We got a statement from Candiace on the lawsuit, so let's look at that. Candiace says, in relation to this defamation lawsuit being dismissed. I love it. Candiace says, I am also so grateful for common sense, the support of my family, and my incredible legal team for helping the plaintiff to get exactly what he deserves from me. Absolutely nothing. Candiace is going to put a shade tree on every single thing she says, but this is deserved because this lawsuit was about defamation because Michael feels like Candiace talking about alleged oral activities was inappropriate. Although we saw a lot play out on Real Housewives of Potomac when Michael was on the seasons when he was still with Ashley. I mean, let's be real. Michael Darby has been accused of allegedly touching producers' butts on screen. He's also been allegedly heard saying that he would suck Juan Dixon's DICK. He's also been caught in a hotel room with another woman and had a picture taken, and that was released for everybody to see. Complete embarrassment to Ashley Darby. So I'm inclined to believe the claims that were said. And really, it's not, I don't know why he went after Candiace so hard when everybody on the cast was really saying the same thing about him. So this lawsuit was done back in March of last year. It says the Real Housewives of Potomac alum Michael Darby is suing Candiace Dillard Bassett, Ashley Darby's estranged husband, files a defamation lawsuit against Dillard after she claimed he performed oral sex on a man. Well, you did say you would suck Juan Dixon's allegedly, so it's not a far jump to believe. Oh, Michael. And so now that this has been dismissed, it's like a further slap in the face for him because it's like, yeah, you did that shit. You did that shit, and we know you did that shit. So the defamation lawsuit against Dillard was because she claimed he performed oral sex on a man. Although, didn't Robin also say something similar? Like, she was like, yeah, he said that about her husband. So, they went to court. Michael wasted a lot of time and money, and I'm sure Candiace had to as well because he led her to this case. I would put in my stipulations that this man needs to pay my legal fees. You waste all this fucking time for what? Off of something you know is true? Please. In November 2022 episode of Bravo reality show, Dillard, 36, alleged that Michael, 63, likes to leave Ashley and go to an unnamed man's house and suck his dick. She also claimed that he pays for sex. I just, like, wasn't he in this woman's room? He was in the hotel room with this woman. Okay, it's just so stupid. I'm so happy this was dismissed. In his suit, Michael reportedly said he sent Dillard a cease and desist letter earlier this year, but she has yet to retract her story because it was true. She knows what she fucking heard. She knows the truth. So she felt like, what I'm going to take this back for? It's the truth. So she got the cease and desist. She did not retract her story. The real estate executive is seeking $2 million in damages, according to the outlet. Notably, the court have ruled in the past that describing someone as gay is not defamatory. Exactly, because you're saying that being gay is somewhat a negative connotation. and it's not. So how are you going to defame somebody for something that is not even negative, you know? So Michael, get it together. Where to go? And it's hard to win a defamation case. The last defamation case that we saw, one, was that of Johnny Depp, which was covered very heavily on this channel. Look back on my videos. And that's because Amber Heard, who brought these claims up about Johnny, was a bold-faced fucking liar, and it was well proven. In this case, Michael, we have heard you on tape saying things in relation to what it is that you're saying Candiace is defaming you for. I really don't understand. And it really sucks that all this money had to be spent on a legal team for something that Michael Darby knows is true. So I'm very happy to hear that this is settled. This is done. And like Candiace said, the courts had some common sense. Okay? So I wonder how Ashley feels about this, because it was brought up on the show this past season, and she was like, you know, I'm not talking about it. And Candiace was like, you know, if they really had something in this case, when it comes to Michael and Candiace, if he really had something against Candiace, she said Ashley wouldn't be able to like contain it. She would have said something. She would have let something slip. And she said nothing because she really didn't know what was going on with the lawsuit, because there was nothing going on. Michael had nothing on Candiace. Dismissed. And Candiace says she really wasn't talking about the lawsuit on camera because she felt that she didn't want to do harm to her case at all, like potentially Robin could have for her husband Juan's case. And of course, Robin did not take kindly to that. She had like a whole breakdown and everything, sitting on the curb, and it was a whole ordeal. So very happy for Candiace. She's been enjoying her Grammy week festivities. I believe the Grammys are this weekend. So I'm sure that it's just great news off the backs of enjoying her time out there. And I'm happy for her. So in other Bravo-related cast lawsuit news, we have the Married to Medicine crew, current and former, that are boiling over, okay? Like this, I feel like it's going to really come to a head when the reunion is dropped. Heavenly has said herself that it's going to be intense. I think she was asked by Carlos on a scale of 1 to 10, where was the reunion? And she said like a 12. She said Quad did her thing. Phaedra showed up. I cannot wait to see the Married to Medicine reunion. We have also gotten a part 1 exclusive with Mariah Hawk that Carlos brought. We see that they do their lives when the show airs on Sunday nights, and then after, on Mondays typically, Dr. Heavenly and Carlos King do their live recap. So there's just so much talk going on with the Married to Medicine crew, to the point where now we have former cast members who are wanting to get their piece in as well. Now, Buffy Purcell and Dr. Contessa are at it, okay? And there's a potential another lawsuit brewing in the wings. Now, Buffy Purcell was on a past season, I forget which season, but she was on the season. She came in as a friend of a show. It was Simone, I believe, but she ended up being featured a lot throughout the season, to the point where she kind of was like an actual cast member, not a friend of. So Buffy Purcell, I did like her, and her and Jackie ran into beef because Jackie, at an event, as you already know if you watched Married to Medicine, at an event let the whole audience in attendance know that Buffy is infertile, and then proceeded to not give the most gracious of apologies. There was a scene at Cabo where she pretty much told Buffy, I receive it, I understand you're upset, I receive it, I apologize, done with it. And that's it. Jackie also apologized at the reunion where Buffy accepted this apology, but now Buffy has been on her TikToks, and now she just currently did an interview with Oliver Twist on YouTube, letting us know that she's really not over this situation, and she really does not like Jackie at all, okay? Now, I will say that I'm not in the, watching the situation, watching the scene where Jackie told everyone in attendance at that event that Buffy was infertile, I was shocked, I guess, because what the F, Jackie, what the F? And then similarly, I was like, Jackie, what the F? When it didn't seem like she was very gracious in her apology. She felt more embarrassed that she was being called out. And so she had this defensiveness about the apology versus like really sympathizing with her friend, her sister, and someone who is sharing the same similar experience with infertility, I just felt like it would have been warmer and a more softer approach from Jackie, but she didn't get that. So Buffy is mad. And then along the lines, we know, what was it, a month ago now? Maybe a month and a half? Time moves so fast. About a month and a half ago, Jackie was also called out because resurfaced video came out that she essentially was saying that Black women over-exaggerate. We try to get out of work, and we over-exaggerate our symptoms. Well, in reality, we have the highest mortality rate when it comes to giving birth, and that's because we aren't taken seriously with our pain. So Jackie got well-deserved backlash for that, because that is just a completely insensitive thing to say and put out there when that's already a myth in the medical field that Black women, we don't feel pain the same, and that, when it's just not true. So like that does damage making those statements. So of course Buffy was on TikTok talking about that as well when that was going down. And so then she did a interview with Oliver Twist. In this interview, Oliver kind of took her down a roll call of all the ladies who are featured on Married to Medicine while she was on the season and how she felt about them. And we already knew that she had issues with Heavenly because she had issues with Jackie, and Heavenly is like Jackie's bulldog, like security guard. So we had issues there. But the thing that really kind of took everybody off guard was her comments and her commentary on Dr. Contessa, whom I enjoyed on her seasons. Like, I really did. And towards the end, I was sad to see that she was having issues with her husband. And then they kind of just left. So we didn't really know what happened with that. I don't know if it was because Bravo didn't bring her back or she decided not to kind of work on her marriage and keep that intact. Whichever way, they seem to be doing well. You never know. Yes, it was sad to see Dr. Contessa leave. Now, one scene that really sticks out in my mind from Buffy's season is when Toya was having her housewarming party. I believe it was like the Arabian Nights themed one. And Buffy was there with the whole crew. And it got very, very heated, okay? And they were down in Toya's, I guess, bottom floor of her 2-story closet. And the ladies are in there. Buffy is, kind of having a breakdown over the situation with Jackie and, everyone knowing about her fertility. And then Dr. Contessa comes down into the room and she just has this like abrasive attitude. Just like, why is she crying? What's going on? You're still upset about that? Like very dismissive, very aggressive. And I don't like saying that about a Black woman, but I mean, watching the scene, she was aggressive. And just very not understanding or sympathetic to what it was that Buffy was going through or what she was feeling. You know what I mean? So it got so heated to a point where like they're screaming at each other. Like Buffy is screaming and crying. Contessa's screaming at her, like grabbing her face, like telling her to like get over it. And Buffy's like, you can't tell me to get over it. Like, this is my life. Like, they're going back and forth. And Buffy is saying that part of what we didn't see in those scenes was something that was so shocking to me that I'm like, what the fuck? No, she did not say that. Oh my gosh. Allegedly, she's saying in that scene that was cut out that Contessa also said, why don't you get on the floor and I can rock you like the children that you don't have or that you will never have. I do have the clip so you can get the exact wording of what Buffy said. I'm paraphrasing it here, but it was along those lines, which it doesn't really matter. Any way you put those words together are just fucking awful when it comes to saying that to anybody, but especially a woman who is struggling with infertility. So that just shocked me. I was like, what the fuck? And then Buffy went on to say, to prove that this was actually true, she said, you can sue me. Like, I can own Bravo. Like, we can go to court. Like, this is what was said. Like, standing by it, I was shocked. That was something that I never expected to hear from Dr. Contessa. But it kind of makes a little bit of sense given how aggressive Dr. Contessa was in that scene. But I just don't see her personality to be going that low. But we weren't there. Ultimately, they were filming. We got that scene that we saw on Married to Medicine. So you would think that there would be some type of footage of Dr. Contessa saying that, and or witnesses from the ladies that were there hearing her say that. Now, I haven't heard any other ladies come out and defend and or negate what Buffy has said about Dr. Contessa. However, Dr. Contessa herself has come out in defense of herself, okay? Very strongly. And we'll take a look at that. My only thing is that I'll put that at the end so you can kind of make your own, I guess, decisions on what you think. Did Buffy say it and lie and embellish? I don't think that she would say something like that on somebody and make that lie on somebody, like a very detrimental, like Dr. Contessa is in the medical field. To have her saying that similarly to Jackie in her situation could do damage to her practice. And I don't see Buffy lying on her name because she knows the legal implications that could happen. And then Dr. Contessa is whole out saying that Buffy is a pathological liar, and none of that is true. So who do we believe? It's a whole bunch of he said, she said, well, she said, and I don't know what to believe. I'm sad that it's even a question. But I have seen where these ladies can be insensitive to different situations when it, comes to, especially with Jackie. And Dr. Contessa wasn't very that sympathetic in that scene. So who knows? But I will say that's interesting is that when Buffy brought up the situation with Dr. Contessa, she said that Dr. Contessa had apologized to her off camera where it mattered, okay? And that, she forgave her, if I'm remembering correctly. She said that, Dr. Contessa apologized. My thing is, and of course, everybody, whatever hits you, whatever, I get it. But the fact that she could accept the apology from Dr. Contessa saying, you can be on the floor and I could rock you like the children that you've never had. And then Dr. Jackie letting everybody know she's infertile. I believe that those are on the same level of just fucked upness. You know what I mean? However, she was able to accept Dr. Contessa's apology, but not accept Dr. Jackie's apology. Like I said, it's up to her to decide, and obviously who she forgives and who she doesn't want to forgive. But I just think that part of it is interesting. And I don't know if a lawsuit is going to come up because, again, winning a defamation lawsuit is very, very challenging. You have to prove that actual damage was done to your reputation, your finances, etc., etc. So I just don't know if it's going to go that well for Dr. Contessa. Is it worth the money? Is it worth the time, the heartache, the stress, all of that foolishness? Or just say your piece, say you feel like she's fucking lying, and move the fuck on. You know what I mean? Because Candiace had her situation dismissed. You don't want to go to court Contessa, and put all that time and energy in just for your shit to be dismissed. And then you look like, you know what I mean? I just think they need to take a beat. Obviously, she was reacting off of strong emotions first hearing these things said about her, because it's horrible to say that, to be a woman and to say that to another woman who is struggling is just horrible. And I really, really hope it wasn't said, but then that would mean that Buffy is lying, and that's fucked up. So I don't really know. I really don't know. But we're gonna see if anything actually happens with this lawsuit. I guess it's definitely a myth that cast members on Bravo can't sue each other because they be doing that shit all the time. So I'll save, I have the clip of Buffy when she did her interview with Oliver Twist. Go subscribe to him. And I have the clip where Contessa has responded. So I'll put that after this. Let me know what you think. If you watched Married to Medicine, who do you believe? But watch the clip and I will see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.
Still to this day can't believe what she did in Gulf. But you know.
Are you talking about when she was defending Dr. Jackie at the table?
Yeah, there's stuff y'all didn't see.
Like what?
Like she said, Jackie didn't lie, your uterus don't work, do it? And that was when, yeah. Like just evil shit. I lost it. I couldn't believe she grabbed my neck and was screaming at me, and she said something really horrible to me. She, was like, get down on the floor and let me rock you like the babies you'll never have. Like y'all didn't, they cut all that out. Like these women really went for the
Contessa said that?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly, she said it. There's no I'm not saying alleged shit. This shit happened. I dare a bitch to sue me. I will tear everybody ass up. I didn't say allegedly. I could own Bravo. A bitch could own Bravo right now.
No, we can talk about it.
Jackie, child, you know who I'm talking about, the person everybody.
Hi, Contessa here. She did not say that. She is a pathological liar, and she asked for the lawsuit, so let's give her one. Fortunately, there were about 10 people in that room, and all of them are going to be called as witnesses in this defamation lawsuit. You don't get to say anything you want, especially when it comes to there was absolutely footage. So, challenge accepted. Let's see how rich you really are.
And I told her from my heart an empathetic story about my experience as a woman who lost several children, and one I actually had to fucking bury. So you lying ass bitch. You know where to find me, Chastain Integrative Medicine, and you said, should I sue you based on that dumb shit? Because again, I didn't say it, and if I did say that, everyone would have been like, gasp, oh my God, who would say such a thing? You would have heard it before and they would have played it. So, I am going to come back to who I am. I'm quite sure my husband is going to be furious that I even responded, but when it comes to, I finished medical school in 1998. I am a 100% service-connected Navy veteran. I'm a physician. I'm a mother of 3 live children. But my first child also matters. And I shared that very personal story with you. And for you to take that, again, move on with your life, sis. Ain't nobody out here trying to take over your life. Ain't trying to ruin you. And if you didn't get what you needed from Married to Medicine, that has nothing to do with anyone who has ever been a part of that cast. Take that up with NBC, Universal, and Bravo. But don't be out here trying to destroy the rest of us because you didn't get what you needed from whatever you were doing that season. Share your real life. Be whoever the fuck you really are. And literally, if it's interesting, it is. If it's not, it's not. And if you have now decided that this is what I should have been and this is what I should have shown, then, oh, sorry. But I did not say that. And y'all, I don't care all this heck. And I told her